Well, I said yesterday that, or I said last week rather, that don't know if I've ever been prouder of a football team, and I'll have to recant that because I'll tell you what, I'm really proud of this group of guys. What a tremendous effort against a really good football team. South Dakota State is a really good football team, really well coached, got good players. There's a reason why they beat Kansas, why they have the record that they have, and why they've been in the playoffs the number of years in a row that they have. And our guys went out today, and I really thought we executed pretty well. Maybe our most complete football game. Sure, you'd like to have a couple plays back here and there, but our guys just kept going after them, and that's what you got to do against teams like this.
This team has been so young for so long, but the seniors kind of get lost in the shuffle. But it seemed like a lot of seniors can make huge plays. Sharp with a big interception. Nico all day. Chris Harley had a couple big tackles for loss. Just seniors. What does this mean for you as a coach to see the senior group at least go out with a winning record since they didn't get to experience that?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that before the game. Is that games like this, a lot of emotion, particularly for your senior guys who don't know. May be their last game. We certainly hope it isn't. And you want to channel all of that emotion into passionate execution. That's what we talked about, and that's the way I thought our guys played today. You talk about a few seniors stepping up big at critical times, providing some leadership, and our relatively young football team continues to show a little character. And after we went through that 3-game run that we did, to put these 2 wins together. At the very end, I think demonstrates the direction that our program's headed.
Did Nico have to talk his way back onto the field after Devin went down, or is it just getting him a couple series off and stretched out?
No, he was gonna take his own number there. If he said he was good to go, he was going back in the football game, and Demo gave us some valuable carries there and some really hard runs, and it's unfortunate that he got hurt. I don't think we could have kept Nico out. I'm not big enough to keep him out. If he wants to go back in there, he's going back in there, and he wanted to be back in there at the end.
Coach, kind of the same thing I asked the guys, but a couple weeks ago, the tough loss at North Dakota State. Last 2 weeks, the guys just keep coming back. They refuse to die. How have they been keep fighting?
Well, it was a different game. We weren't. We actually had the lead in this game. Most of the time, I guess we were down at half, but we took the lead there in the fourth quarter, and it was South Dakota State that showed some character and came back, and our guys had to execute in the overtime, which is the second week in a row that we executed like an experienced football team in the overtime, and that's a credit to our staff. I think our staff did a good job in the overtime, and putting our guys in good places to be successful, and which is one of the things as coaches that that's our job. And then our guys went out and made those plays. So exciting day for Leatherneck football. I think to finish 5-3 in this league with the quality of competition that you're playing week in and week out makes a statement. And we've been talking the last couple of years about getting our program to that stage, and this is a major step in the right direction.
What have you seen from Sean these past 2 weeks? You got a full week knowing he was the guy this week.
Well, that's what you worry about. You worry about now, what the pressure will do to him, knowing that he's going to start the football game when last week he just gets thrown into it. But honestly, I didn't have a lot of worry about Sean. He's a really competitive young man, plays that way, plays with great enthusiasm, and going to make good decisions today. I think there's one decision he'd like to have back, obviously that interception that he threw late in the fourth quarter there when he was trying to get the ball to Lance. I think he'd like to pull that ball back. But otherwise, he did a good job. And we're getting productive play out of our quarterback, and keep that balanced with our running game, which we were able to do today. We're a very good offensive football team. I think this is fifth or sixth game this year that we've been over 500 yards total offense, and that's against the defenses that we're playing. That's good performance.
What do you do between now and 10 a.m. tomorrow? Preparing this?
You know what? And I'm kind of funny in this regard. I'm probably going to celebrate this win a little bit. And keep my fingers crossed that we're one of 24 teams that gets a chance to play.
Exactly what's coming through your mind when you run that last one?
I mean, it was a great play call. Coach Slavky, that was a play that we didn't even necessarily game plan too much for this week in particular. So for him, he's got a lot of plays in that mind. He's a very, very good offensive coordinator. So for him to pull that one out, ran a couple times before that, and it was a successful play for us all day. So, I mean, really I didn't have to do too much, I suppose. The play call was great. We blocked it tremendously. Our offensive line, basically just hop on the train and run in the end zone. So it was an awesome feeling.
What does it say about this team that it just refuses to die? I mean, you guys have had
Right.
so many opportunities these last few weeks. You could have packed it in, but yet here you are, 6-5, and making a really good argument for it to be a playoff team.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we know what we're capable of doing. I think at certain times this year, we might have lost that sight maybe. We had that stretch where we lost some games, but we never lost sight of how we got to be that good team that we could be. We understood that we did it together. And tonight, that was a major theme for us. We went out there and we played together. And when you do that, there's no reason why you can't win a game like that. So.
Simply, how comfortable have you felt out there after not getting a chance to start for the last 2 games?
Very comfortable, and that's just a result again of great coaching. I'm prepared throughout the week, no matter if I'm going to play or not going to play, and that's for every position. I would say, down the line in every position, everyone's going to be prepared. So when things happen, the next guy's up, and he's not necessarily even thrown into the fire. He's more, let's see what you got. And, so yeah, I mean, I felt very prepared.
The playing conditions were so dramatic depending on which direction you're going, but you guys really didn't look like you changed the game plan up too much no matter which way you're going. Is that just the way you felt the best way to attack them was, or is it just you guys weren't going to hold anything back knowing that this was a must-win for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't. The elements are the elements. They have to play in the same things we do. They played well in those elements, and obviously we played well in the elements. We just got to go out and do what we do, kind of block that stuff out. They weren't too dramatic. I mean, it was cold, it was windy, but yeah, I mean, as long as we execute, there's no reason why we can't play in those elements.
How's this one feel, especially another overtime home finale? What's it feel like to get this win and get this team 6-5?
I mean, it feels great. Western hasn't had a winning record in a long time, and everyone worked super hard for this win. We knew what to do coming in just to get the W. We worked hard, and it just feels awesome right now.
What was the defense able to do against them? Because they're a team that can beat you with the run, they can beat you with the pass, and they can score a lot of points.
We just got to stick to our fundamentals and do what coaches teach us every day in practice, and just relentless effort to the ball and try to get the ball back.
How confident is this team late in games? It seemed like that earlier this season and last year late in games was a big struggle, but these last few games, fourth quarter and overtime, where you guys have won the game.
We're a big team of believing. We believe we can win. We believe in each other, and we just believe we can get the job done when we have to.
How hard is it to play in the elements like these?
I mean, when you're with your brothers having fun and playing the game of football, I didn't think it was very hard at all.
What does it say about this team? A couple weeks ago, you guys lost 3 in a row. What does it mean you guys keep your head up, you don't throw in the towel, keep playing to the end of the season?
I'm just big. We got to stick back to what we were doing when we were winning those games earlier, stick to our fundamentals, believe in each other again, brotherhood. We just got to take ownership for our mistakes back when we were making mistakes. Just take ownership and fix them, and just continue to get better as a team every day.
What were you guys able to do on that their final drive there in the second overtime to get them into a field goal after they picked up a first down pretty easily and looked like they were driving towards another touchdown?
I mean, our D-line has been disruptive. All game they were disruptive. They were able to get penetration and make our linebackers' job easy, and then they got that big sack on third down, and they happened to miss the kick.
What was that celebration like after Sean went in? Because, I mean, it looked like everybody was out in that corner of the end zone.
I mean, it was great. I didn't really know what to do at the moment, and then I started running a couple seconds later, but it just feels great to get the W and get Western to a winning record again.
After Devin went down, was there any way that you were not going to go back on the field and finish this one out?
I knew I was gonna go back on the field. I mean, I just had to take a couple series off just to get loose again, and it wasn't. This is my last game. This might be my last game, so I was just gonna leave it all out there. Like I told all my teammates, I'm gonna give it all I got, and then that's what I did.
As a senior, what's it mean to go out with a winning record? Because you've had some this program had some rough times throughout your career here.
Oh yeah, I mean it means a lot just to show just the freshmen, just to show all the underclassmen that we're on a come up. I mean, hopefully we make it to the playoffs tomorrow, but I mean, those freshmen and all the underclassmen, it gives them belief for next year that we can win in this conference. That this conference is winnable. We can win conference if we just play together and play as a team. So I mean, mainly, I mean, it's good to go out as seniors with the win, and it's really good for our program because the underclassmen that we got coming up, they're really good, and it's just going to keep on getting better and better.
You guys have come from behind in this game, and you had to come from behind in last week's game too. What does that say about the team? You guys, you just keep coming from behind.
It says a lot. I mean, we just kept on fighting, and we just stuck together. I mean, we had a meeting when we went through that 3-game skid, and Sean had to play our second to last game. So and he's a wonderful leader. I mean, he was just leading us all the way, even when we were down. Everybody just when we were frustrated, Sean was there, and that means a lot coming from the quarterback position because we needed somebody to step up as a leader, and he did that.